I mean, you can absolutely see the effectiveness of this weapon. Hello Reformers and welcome back to Freeman. Now I have some news on the upcoming update, and I don't know whether you've seen this already because they did tweet about it and posted on their, Steam update page. Anyway, point is, there's a huge graphic update coming where every single environment and just in general, it's just going to look so much better. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to take, as far as I'm aware, less than 2 weeks, maybe around 2 weeks to arrive, and so that gives me those 2 weeks kind of like a time limit in regards to us being able to capture the entirety of the map in Season 4. And that's exactly what I'm going to try and do, but it really depends. Maybe we'll, fall at the last hurdle. It really, we'll see. Anyway, as you can see here, I have leveled up. I do have 2 assignable attribute points, 1 skill point, of course, and I don't exactly know what I should go for. Personally, I feel like leadership is not really necessary any further, and I'm thinking I should probably increase something else. I'm thinking probably Constitution, because in general, right now, what is my main problem? Dying. Yes, dying. That is my main issue. So, I suppose, let's go for some Constitution. Go for some more inventory space, because I could always use more inventory space, more loot, all that sort of wonderful stuff. Anyway, as you can see here, I've replaced my previous weapon with the ANS-72. I was previously using a variant of the M4 or something along those lines. Yeah, it was basically just a standard sort of SWAT assault rifle, and well, it did me well, did a very good job, but for now I'm going to be using this instead. I absolutely love the ANS-72, I don't know why, but I just seem to get along with it a lot better. Anyway, I said in the previous episode that we had eliminated the entirety of the Uman Brotherhood, but that is apparently not the case. As you can see here, Kalinovka is apparently, well, being held by them, and we're going to do our best to attack, and we're going to see how we do. Now, bear in mind that I did capture a bunch of prisoners from the previous battle with the Brotherhood, and we were able to, well, I was, just before I started recording this, I was able to persuade, I think it was 8 out of 9 of them, yes, 8 out of 9 of them to join us, so that's pretty fantastic. So they are here under the guise of soy sauce. Now, bear in mind that I haven't given them a squad icon just yet, because I think they're going to level up pretty fast, but the point is that most of them are still out of action. There's actually 8 of them in the squad there. I just made them into kind of like a bulk squad for the moment, and maybe we'll split them up if we get some more units at some point. Anyway, we're going to just get every single person that we can in here. Thankfully, most of our people are in squads of 5, and this is going to be pretty interesting. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to go, but we'll try our best. Now, I'm just going to move these all around here. There we go. We're going to do this sort of standard formation that I like to do, and that's going into two different groups and figuring out the best course of attack. Now, of course, this hill right here seems best, so I think we're probably going to be taking our companions and the various units around those fellows around here, and this is a bit difficult because in general this is not really great, because you can see here there's not much cover, that's a bit of a shame. Maybe we should go around that way? You know what? I'm actually going to do that instead. We're going to clear the waypoints here, and I'm going to do something a little bit more in depth, a little bit more complicated, because usually, I don't really like to do those complicated strategies where I'm, flanking people and then, using some kind of weird maneuver to get around and, all that sort of stuff. Anyway, I like to just go with the most efficient, effective way of taking out enemies, and that's exactly what we're going to try and do, but we're going to add a little bit of pizzazz to it. A little bit of pizzazz, and we're just going to move these fellows over here, and hopefully we will be able to take out a whole bunch. There we go. Alright, let's do it. Let's see how this is going to go. Now, bear in mind, this is probably the largest siege that we've ever really done. And that's saying something. That is saying something, because usually, you know, we're tackling, I don't know, 140, maybe around there, amounts of units. This time, however, we are facing 170 something, 174 I think it is. But yeah, that's gonna be pretty harsh, and I don't exactly know whether we're gonna be able to pull it off. But the one thing that I have to do is I just have to make sure that I stay alive. And I say this, you know, more often than not, that basically success is in my hands, really. You know, if I decide to run in stupidly and die, you know, with a face full of bullets, then obviously that is going to be my fate and probably going to result in the loss of the battle, whether that be a siege or a field battle or whatever the case may be. And in this case, I'm gonna be playing for longevity, so I'm not gonna take too many risks. I'm gonna try and sneak as much as I can, and we'll try and flank a whole bunch of units as well. As you can see here, there are a load of enemies over in the distance here. And wow, there's actually a huge amount of them. Okay, let's see if I can actually fire at them a little bit. Wow, that's... yeah. So yeah, this scope is actually off a little bit to the... Apparently the fence is protecting him. Never mind. Okay, there you go. Okay, now maybe I can... Oh, there's no way I'm going to hit anyone. Oh! Did I actually... I did hit someone from here. Wow, that's pretty crazy considering the travel speed of the bullet, and obviously me being able to hit them accurately enough. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Okay, so yeah, it seems like we're going to have to move around this way. And we're going to have to move just in general a little bit closer. That's literally all we need to do. And we're going to try and do a little bit of urban warfare, which is, again, something that the developers are touching upon, and indeed doing a little bit of revamping in the next update. Because apparently they're going to be adding some AI to the enemies, and they're going to be making them much more into proficient urban warfare fighters in comparison to what they are now, where they don't take cover or anything like that, but they are going to be taking cover in the new update, which is going to be amazing to see. So I'm looking forward to it very much so. There we go, there's one. Oh, apparently this is a completely clippable, I guess. Yeah, completely clippable environment, or building, or structure. And that's not very good cover for me, is it? No, not very good cover at all. So I'm going to head over here if I can. There we go. People are actually starting to die now. That's good. Not on my side, though, thankfully. I don't know why, but I feel like the ANS-74 is just effective. It's just an effective weapon. And I don't know why, but it just seems like my other weapon was just not doing the business as much as I would want it to. So if you are playing alongside me, I would highly recommend at least trying out the ANS-74. And if you have a favorite weapon, then this might become one of your next favorites. Who knows? Okay, so again, I'm not going to be taking too many risks here. I'm just going to make sure that I don't take damage from too many different locations. We have to be a bit cautious here, because bear in mind, my other forces have not gotten into position yet. They have taken a very long time to get around there, and that's not particularly good. You know, I'm gonna be the first to admit that that's not very good for them to take that long, but there's not much more we can do about it, really. Nice, alright. Now, I'd love to be able to get a couple of multi-kills. Ah, here we go. Right, well, that used a lot of bullets, unfortunately. That did use a lot of bullets, which is kind of a shame, but yeah, hopefully that was worth it. I mean, you can absolutely see the effectiveness of this weapon. And yeah, I think I probably should have taken a couple more clips instead of medkits, because if I'm going to play economically, so to speak, with my HP, then it would probably make more sense for me to take more ammunition. Well, that might be a bit of an issue. Oh, look at that. It seems like I might have to lend my assistance to our other forces. Oh my. Wow, that is not good. Wow, I just took a huge amount of damage there. I was unaware that there was actually someone that close to me. Yeah, it seems like they were just over there. That's not very nice of them, is it? No, not very nice at all. Oh well, never mind. At least we have a good amount of HP still. Our armor has been depleted pretty considerably, and we are definitely going to need to help out our forces just a little bit. Because it seems like they're a little bit in trouble, so this is not good. Yuri's getting a couple of kills, which is nice to see. But he can only do so much. Anna can only do so much, you know? So we're going to have to see what we can do here. Oh, hello. Oh, it seems like I wasn't able to hit him once. Weird. Okay, well, let's go over to where I actually thought they needed the assistance, which was over here. Look at these guys. They are being very sneaky indeed, but I'm going to take them out pretty quickly with my sniper rifle, hopefully. Yeah, and then obviously I need to reload. Great. Is he dead? Apparently he's dead. Anyway, as you can see over there, more enemies incoming. And this appears to be one of their spawn areas, which is exactly the reason why we are having so many difficulties with it. And I'm not entirely sure what I should do here, really. Because we're being murdered from all angles right now. I guess, you know what? I'm just going to tell them all to retreat, and they can all just run back to where they need to be. And I'm going to do the same, and I guess we'll try to get them back into the battle relatively soon as we lose many more units along the way. That's not very good at all. But what else can I do? We're just going to get overrun otherwise, and bear in mind that I'm trying to play economically here, with our units, with my HP, with everything. So, yeah, that's kind of a big decisive blow in favor of the enemy. Alright, so this is not necessarily going as planned, but we do have some reinforcements coming in from over here. As you can see, we do have a couple of pretty decent units coming in, and yeah, my other friends were able to extract, so nothing really to worry about there. However, their morale is severely depleted. Technically, I could get some of them back in here, but I just don't think it's going to be worth it for them to come back in. They're probably going to just flee from the battle or something like that, and I don't really want that to happen. Maybe I am going to have to be a little bit audacious here. I might have to start taking a bit more of a proactive approach. I'm actually going to just heal myself before I do anything, though, just to make sure. You never know. We're losing a whole bunch of ARF Spec Ops guys, and I don't exactly know why, because personally, these bandit leaders, while they're decent enough, they're not as good as the ARF Spec Ops guys, or at least that's what I've come to know, so it's kind of weird. Gonna have to run a little bit around here. But it seems like we are starting to dwindle here. I don't exactly know how many enemies are left, which is a major problem, so I don't exactly know what's going to happen. Well, you can see a bunch of enemies around there, and there doesn't seem to be any way that I will be able to sneak up on them, so to speak. So it's either I will have to continue taking losses here, which it seems like we are going to. I'm not entirely sure what I should be doing here because, well, we're very low. We're very low in basically every respect here, and it seems like we might... I don't know, we might just need to retreat, because as you can see here, the enemy are not dwindling. They are not dwindling at all. They still have 65 on the battlefield, which is pretty bad for us. You can see here that those bandit leaders are making every single attempt extremely effective for the opponent. So it seems like we will have to retreat in some way or another. So yeah, I guess we'll try to do that if we can. And I guess I'll just get everyone out of here. Why not? Let's just get everyone back and try and... Yeah, it's kind of annoying when you click on the retreat button and they just all get up out of cover and then they just get shot immediately. Oh well, never mind. I suppose that's not really a big deal. Anyway, I don't exactly know how I'm going to retreat because I don't think I've ever retreated properly without getting myself killed. So this is going to be interesting. I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen, but... Well, I guess what I could try to do is try and take out as many enemies as possible, and that was also something that I thought might be a pretty fun idea in the future at some point. To create a character that is capable of being solo and being able to take out as many enemies as required, which would be, I think, kind of difficult. I think, in general, the game is not necessarily meant to be played that way, obviously, but yeah. It's probably going to be almost impossible for us to get solo kills with the exception of small bandit parties, and it's probably going to be pretty impossible to take something like this, take an actual town. So yeah, that's probably not going to work. Anyway, let's just see actually what happens here, because you never know. Maybe I'll be able to stage a comeback of sorts, and maybe I can spawn some reinforcements in if it looks like we're going to win. So let's see what I can do here. I'm gonna just add a whole bunch of ammo back on here. Let's get some medkits. Let's get some grenades. Let's go crazy with the grenades. Why not? Why not? There we go. Okay, I am ready. I am ready, Brotherhood. Let's do this. You know, as soon as I say that, I think I'm gonna get shot in the face and killed instantly. Yeah, that's kind of what happens. Yeah, that's kind of what happens. More often than I'd like to say, but oh well, there you go. Okay, so let's have a look here. Now, they're not gonna be this close to me by now, I doubt, but we're gonna find out in 10 seconds whether... Ah, they are actually moving towards me. But it is becoming nighttime. I don't know whether you've noticed, but it is becoming nighttime. And you know what nighttime is? That is a favorable environment for the lone wolf, which is technically what I'm attempting to do here. So, let's see if I'm going to be able to do something. Maybe I'll be able to, maybe I won't, it depends, but my camouflage skill has to come in handy at some point. Hello there. Okay, well there were many more of them than that. I'm going to reload. I don't mind about the 2 bullets being wasted. What, that didn't kill anyone? Aw, that's sad. Ow. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought would happen. Oh well, never mind. Okay, so at least we have dwindled them significantly, and well, yes, we did actually lose a huge amount of units ourselves, which will mean that I will have to go a little bit more back to the drawing board. But as you can see, we took out 100 plus of their units, and I'd say that's pretty successful for what we were capable of doing there. We didn't have the greatest, shall we say, vantage point, and I think in general that was basically our downfall. I think we literally just did not have a very good vantage point, and that has caused us to lose. So there's not much more I could have done about that, with the exception of trying to get us in a better position, and even then I think it's kind of just a difficult layout in general. So we're gonna have to come back at this a little bit a little bit tougher, a little bit more vicious towards the Brotherhood, and well, I'm gonna be fighting a couple of bandit parties to try and level up some more squads, because I actually lost a huge amount of people there. I think I had about well, 48, I think, and I lost, well, quite a few at the very least. Anyway, that will be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.